born at Gosford Hospital, grew up on the Central Coast. I lived in Sydney for a little while in my 20s when I was working down there, and yeah, just came back to the coast, bought a house and live here now. Then I moved to Sydney and I was with like a group of work colleagues, and we kind of got into running. We would run 6Ks around a park down there doing laps, and that felt like a really long way. And then we trained up for sea to surf, which was really, really long because that was 14K. Yeah, and it just kind of grew from there. When I came back up to the coast, I started doing more runs, and the boot camp I was doing, it closed down for Christmas. So I went and did a trotters run, and yeah, it just got bigger and bigger. Would you count 6 foot track as an ultra? I don't know if I count that as an ultra. It's like 45K. So the first real ultra, sorry, 6 foot, it would be a G&W 100 kilometre. And I went into it after training. I'd hiked the whole course prior to doing it, and then I trained out for months, and I actually went into the race with the intention of breaking the record, which kind of sounds ridiculous, but I did achieve it. It hurt a lot at the end, but pulled it off. On the old G&W course, a lot of it relied on like navigation as well, and because I'd done it all, I knew where all the turns were, I knew what to expect, and I came into it with a plan. And it was just that last bit on the road at Yarramalog, the last 13 kilometres, which I kind of wanted to give up on life, but I had a couple of friends who were out there in their car, and they were stopping like every 5Ks going, yay, yay, keep going, like, and yeah, cheering me on. I mostly ignored them and just kept running. Well, I didn't have ultra experience. I knew the track, I knew the bush, that was pretty much it. But I also attempted to do the 100 miler the following year, and I was not ready. I actually ended up quite dehydrated and I dripped at Yarramalog. So I think I probably got lucky with the first one because I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. On the new course, I've done the 100 miler and I've won that. The old course I loved. It was definitely one of the top races in the country. The new course, I'm less fussed on. It doesn't suit my style. There's a lot of technical big steps and things where it doesn't favour the shorter legged person. During COVID, when I was meant to go to WA and race Delirious West 200 miler, but when obviously WA closed its borders, Julie Brock and I, who were both registered, we instead did the G&W, so I ran from Sydney to Newcastle over the whole course, which was 270 kilometres. I got the fastest known time by a couple of hours. It is the 3 200 milers in a 12-month period. Mine got briefly interrupted by COVID, so I did them out of order in the end. I did Irrational South first, down South Australia, that 200 miler, and that was in April. I actually won that outright even, which was quite exciting. Then did Unreasonable East, which was up in the Blue Mountains, 200 miler there in, I think it was about June or July. Won that one as well. That was pretty cold. It was June 21st because it was the shortest day of the year. I don't know why they chose the shortest day of the year because I had to use a lot of headlamp batteries to get through that. But that one was also pretty cool because there was this rock climbing component, and they actually had the Blue Mountains mountaineers out there to help you up and down this rock face, which exciting. And the final one for me was Delirious West in February, which I also won that one. But I wasn't looking to win it. I went out too hard, which is standard, and I got a bit crook, and then I just laid down, had a nap on the track, and I texted my support crew to say, yeah, I'm not gonna make it to the next day's station, I'll just see you in the morning. So that was fine, had my nap. Next day went pretty easy, and then that night, because I'd had more sleep than everyone else, I just picked up, and yeah, ended up running down the lead ladies and took it out.
Back at the finish line, folks, with our first female finisher in the 200 miler, Melissa Robertson, I think smashing a brand new PB for 200 miles. She's going to be 73 hours and 9 minutes. Well done, Mel, what a consistent run. 73 hours, 9 minutes and 7 seconds. You are done. Is this 3 from 3 this year? for you, or this 12 months?
Yeah, so...
Three firsts at the 200 milers for the Triple Crown Under.
Yeah.
Wow, mate, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
When you're doing the really long ones, it's like it's in waves. So at one moment you'll be really high and excited and everything's great, and the next it's the lowest low and you can't think of how it will ever get better. And the longer the race, the more extreme the waves are. So I'll be like, this is great, I'm storming it. And then it's like, oh my God, this is terrible. I make bad life decisions. What the hell am I thinking? This will never be good. I can't do this. And then it'll go straight back up again. And you get used to riding those waves. Even at the lowest low, you can push through. It's mentally you can often push through. It's when it becomes too physical that it's probably more the sleep. So once I can't physically keep myself awake, I know then that I'm better to have that 20-minute nap or whatever it takes just to try and reset. Yeah, a 1 minute nap. 1 minute actually works pretty well. Yeah, just set the timer, I'm out. 1 minute, I'll go again. Yeah, but once they stop working, that's where it's like I have to rethink this process. A lot of early mornings and long runs. So I was doing, I probably go up to about 160 a week sort of thing, and back-to-back long runs on the weekend. So I was doing a lot actually from here, from Shelley Beach. I'd just head north past the lighthouse. I ran to Newcastle one day, caught the train back. 5-6 hour run on the Saturday, back it up with another 6-7 hour run on the Sunday. Yeah. And through the week, whatever fits in around work. 160, I find if I get much higher than that, it's too much, and so it takes too long to recover, so my training isn't as good. What I always do is I find what I love about it. So sometimes the training, it will get to me, or if I've done a lot of races, I don't want to run. Like, I get sick of it, it becomes work. And so I go bushwalking and exploring, and I find what I love about it again, and then I can get back into training. So I think you always have to have your reason as to why you're doing it. You can't just always train for a race or train for the sake of training. You have to have more to it. And if running does become a job and it becomes too hard, maybe that's not the right thing. Like, I also do like Rogaine and orienteering. I quite enjoy them because there's a bit more hiking involved and navigating, and I get lost. But yeah, like there's other things out there too. You just have to find what you like. I don't really know what I can achieve because I haven't really hit the limit yet. I guess I wouldn't mind trying maybe longer than 200 miles. I don't know, I think I could always go further. It'd just be slower and take longer. But yeah, I don't know what the outer limit is.